Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for the week of August 5th. This week, you start with this exploration card. It says, right now you need to search and explore. It's okay to wander until you find your home. You have this card that says, the time is now. It is time to act without hesitation. Move past the old and move forward. So there you go. Even though it's retrograde, definitely time to move forward. Again, I think that Mercury retrograde gets way too much attention, right? Astrology doesn't control your life. Tarot doesn't control your life. Again, just because it's Mercury retrograde doesn't mean you can't move forward. And the other thing is that I think people forget is that, even though it's retrograde, you could be working on something that you've already been working on, which it's perfectly acceptable and fine to move forward on projects, businesses, relationships, whatever it is you've been doing, all along. So it's perfectly fine to, reinvent, reimagine, redo anything that you have been working on. So there you go. I start things during retrogrades all the time on purpose, right? So, I love it because it allows you to work out all the kinks, right? And that's the whole point of starting something during a retrograde for me is that, I constantly start things during retrogrades because I know there's going to be a lot of problems or issues. But it's like, why not move past it now? It's like if you start something now under a retrograde, all the stuff that could happen, or at least a good majority of it, all the problems are going to pop up now instead of having to wait 6 months or 4 months until the next retrograde when there's going to be more problems after that. So I say go for it. You have the Eight of Cups. I think that some of you are thinking about walking away from something. You know what's really interesting, Gemini, is you go Knight of Swords to the Seven of Swords. I kind of feel that some of you just have an off feeling about a situation. And it doesn't have to be a person. And I also feel like the Seven of Swords isn't saying you're dealing with a situation where, people are lying to you. It could be, but, I think that it's just saying that some of you are walking away from something in your life, or already have, maybe, where it just feels off. And it could be like a work situation, a business situation. I kind of feel that the Six of Swords here is saying that this is a good move. So, again, if you're thinking about cutting something out, then I feel you're moving on to calmer shores. And again, I kind of feel like we're in a time of cutting things out. Right now, we have a lot of astrology that's asking us to kind of explore our options. And you literally have this card that says options on it. So it's like, I kind of feel we are in a time where we shouldn't be limiting ourselves. And, the Six of Swords, and actually the whole entire first row, I feel is just kind of saying that you could be removing yourself from a limiting situation or something that is kind of like a waste of time, right? You have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords can be this or that thinking. Sometimes I think we get into situations in life where we kind of give it a little bit more time. And that's kind of the feeling I get here. And it doesn't matter what it is, job, business, relationship, whatever, right? And I kind of feel like you've been in a situation or you've already walked away from a situation with that Eight of Cups where, again, it's like maybe you tried to negotiate. Maybe you tried to find some middle ground, or maybe you hoped that over time things would, work out or things would get better. And I'm not even saying that, I want to stress that I don't even think that you're necessarily in some sort of horrible situation, but I just feel like maybe you're saying to yourself, oh, I thought things would get better, or I thought things would improve, and they haven't. And so I kind of see you I feel like the first row is very simple. It's just kind of saying you're walking away. With the Eight of Cups, yes, you have the Knight of Swords again. So we have the Knight of Swords twice. I do feel like the Knight of Swords, again, is saying that you could be walking away from a situation. I kind of also feel like saying, don't get into a situation where you're stuck for longer with that Four of Cups. When I was younger, I worked at Starbucks, and my 2 weeks turned into a 2 months, right? Because my boss was like, oh, I can't find anyone and all this other stuff. But it's like the rule is 2 weeks, right? There was no reason for me to stay for 2 months when I clearly should have left sooner, right? And that I kind of get that feeling here with the Four of Cups, where it's like maybe a person is kind of making another offer, right? Because we have one more cup that is sticking out of this cloud. So again, it could be a boss, a relationship. It could be anything. It could be a group that you belong to. And I feel like maybe there's a chance that someone or something will try to, make you another offer. But I really feel like this is saying keep moving forward. Because there's something new with the Six of Swords. It's like I feel like you see that there's something newer and better, and that you have more options. And I kind of feel like you're cheating yourself by staying in something, that just isn't cutting it, right? And I feel like the Page of Pentacles is saying you're ready to get out and go on a new adventure. With the Two of Swords, you have the Eight of Pentacles, because you've done the work. Eight of Pentacles says, look at the work that you do and look at what you bring to the table, right? It's kind of like one of those things where it's like I always used to hear people say things like that they would never, that they don't, like let's say that there's a person that's like way up here and there's like another person down here, in work or business. And I used to hear people say things like, oh, I would never, help a person down here necessarily because, and I would never like try to help bring them up here. And I always thought that was like a jerky thing to say. I still kind of do, right? I still think we should help people. But what I would say is it's like, imagine if a person who had no subscribers came to me and said, I want you to, help me with my YouTube channel. It's like, I put out tons of free content, right, on my other channel, all about growing on YouTube and things like that. And there's tons of information out there, right? A bunch of my calls are out there as well. And so it's like that is really what would help those people. But me helping a person like that one-on-one, it's like I could help them, but also they're just like certain, like what I've learned over the years and what I'm trying to spit out here is like there are certain things that you cannot teach, right? Only experience can teach certain things. And what I'm trying to say here is like I feel like that you are in something where it's like you have the experience, but it's like not experience you can teach, right? And I just kind of see you leveling up. And again, this is not like you saying, oh, I'm better than you, if you're leaving a work situation or a work group or something like that. It's not like that. I think that this is just saying that there are just certain experiences, there are just certain things that have to be learned, right? And it's time for you to like level up in your situation and go join a group that can teach you something that, that can make you level up. So I think it's about you surrounding yourself, with like people, places, and things that really cause you to level up. I hope that makes sense. Probably not. You have this motivator card. It says, motivate yourself to better your finances. They need rescuing. So there you go. It says, balance being kind to yourself and being your own boot camp leader. And there is something here about you being a leader. I kind of just said it. You have this options card. It says, more opportunities are becoming available to you. Take advantage of every opportunity. Let curiosity awaken your mind. I believe we are in a time of curiosity, so any options that you're curious about, I would definitely jump through those doors. You have the Four of Cups, Knight of Swords, and Wheel of Fortune. I feel like the Wheel of Fortune, all this, everything in this row is saying that you're looking for a much bigger change. The Four of Cups, he's kind of getting that one last offer. It's funny that this popped into my head as kind of like someone trying to get you to stay in something that you're clearly above. And again, I want to stress, because I'm sure someone's going to leave a comment, I'm not saying you're above it, like, this is some sort of contest. But what I'm saying is, it's like there is an energy mismatch here. And if that makes you uncomfortable, I don't know, go watch Sesame Street, right? But what I would say here is, again, I think that there is just too big of a gap, or it's like you're just meant to grow, right? And this is not like a cocky thing or anything like that. And so I feel like the Four of Cups is saying, don't accept that offer, accept a new offer, because I feel like there's something new. You have the Knight of Swords, and again, I do kind of see this as you moving away from something that just isn't cutting it anymore. We kind of talked about this at the beginning. I also feel that the Wheel of Fortune is saying that you are hoping to make much bigger changes in your life. The Wheel of Fortune is about realizing that you are the only one that can change your fortunes. You are the only one that can make the changes necessary. And again, it's like I do. I put out tons of free content all about growing, and I give away all my best secrets, right? Anytime I do a live or anything like that for my other channel, or, I post my calls and things like that as well. It's like I give away all my best stuff. So it's like if people take advantage of it, they will also change their fortune. So it's like you leveling up is allowing you to help other people level up as well. And I feel like the Wheel of Fortune is saying, it's like that's the direction you're moving. I feel like you're moving towards leveling up, or taking things to the next level in your life. And that is the thing that will really change your fortunes. The other thing about the Wheel of Fortune is that there is a snake over here, and snakes represent like being guardians of the portal, and this is the portal right here. And so the snake really on the Wheel of Fortune represents our vibrations, making sure that we are in alignment with what we want. But it also, again, represents the snake being the guardian of the portal, represents facing your fears or needing to face a fear to go through the portal so that you can level up. And I definitely feel that in this reading. With the Four of Cups, yes, are you kidding? Ten of Pentacles. I think there's something much better opportunity or option, like that options card says, that's going to lead to everything you want. Ten of Pentacles is everything you want and desire. It forms the tree of life on this card, so I feel like there's a good opportunity coming in for you. With the Knight of Swords, you have the Temperance card. Temperance is kind of like turning one situation into another. Temperance, you can turn a negative into a positive. You can also turn a positive into a negative. So I feel it's time to, turn any negatives into positives. But also, I think it's time for you to go for this crown. This right here is called the path to glory. And he could easily step off on this path over here, and he could get this crown. But we go up to the Two of Pentacles. And Two of Pentacles says you're spinning plates. So again, maybe some of you, I don't know, I get like a weird story here of like working with a group of people, or maybe you're, have a side gig or side hustle or something like that, that is taking up too much time. And, again, I think you focusing on that Ten of Pentacles, which is building, leaving a legacy. So you changing your focus to what you really want in life and like focusing in on one thing is going to make you successful. We literally end with the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles is about nurturing your big vision into reality. It's kind of like a seed. And when you plant that seed, you have to water it, fertilize it, feed it, but you have to give it your time, effort, and attention, right? And so I feel this reading is saying really channel that focus into like working on one thing. With the Wheel of Fortune, yes, people don't want you to change. Again, this is not a bad thing. It's like, and there's nothing wrong with, if you're in a group that you're leaving or a job that you're walking away from, it's like, I don't think there's anything wrong with those people. It's not like you're never going to talk to them again or anything like that. But, I kind of feel like there are things that are holding you back, And the Five of Wands can represent feeling conflicted as well. So, I feel like some of you, could be conflicted on whether or not you should leave or, walk away from a situation or move on to something new. But I really feel the answer is yes. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this health card and this empathy card. Yeah, I feel like it's a really important time to listen to yourself and pay attention to your health. This is true for everyone. I mean, we have Mars going retrograde in Leo, and that will be at the end of the year. But, we can get ahead of the energy and get healthy right now. So, again, Mars retrograde is always a time of lower energy. And I always tell people, like, before we enter into Mars retrograde, make sure you're doing things to get extra rest, to take care of yourself, to rest, relax, recover, heal, do all that other good stuff so it doesn't catch up to you. You have the Two of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and the Seven of Swords. Two of Pentacles is like trying to do too much. So I think that it's a great time for you to focus in on like one pentacle and make it happen, right? Instead of focusing on like 10 pentacles, which I think you should focus on the 10 of Pentacles, but I think the 10 of Pentacles is one vision. What I mean by 10 pentacles is you trying to juggle 30 things at once, which is very Gemini. I'm a Gemini moon, right? I totally get it. But I feel like this is saying, you need to focus on like that one big vision that you're trying to create and put your energy into that. You have the King of Cups. The King of Cups kind of says that you have explored your emotions. You have this card that says empathy. The King of Cups is about your emotional health. He is sitting in the middle of the ocean, but he is perfectly fine. He's got these choppy waters around him. And so, again, I think that your emotional health will also be very important. Not even just this month or this, I know this is a weekly reading, but I would say for the rest of the year, I would be doing things that kind of create a positive emotional balance in your life. Because, again, he's all about emotional balance, emotional security, all those things. But we have to do things to make that happen. You have the Seven of Swords. Again, I got this weird feeling that something doesn't feel right. The other thing that I'm getting here is that some of you might be doing something that just isn't fun. It's like maybe you're doing something that really just feels like a waste of time, or you're kind of like, maybe you're working on a project with people and it just isn't fun, and I feel like this is saying it's kind of like, it's time to, reinvent yourself or, go do something different. Seven of Swords can be lying, cheating, stealing, but really the Seven of Swords is a good card. It's a golden card. Golden cards in the tarot are meant to be positive no matter what. And the Seven of Swords, he is stealing those swords from an army in the background so they can't be used against him in battle. So really the card itself is about doing something in a different way. And, I think we are in a time where we all need to be more kind of like flexible and look for other ways of doing things. With the Two of Pentacles, you have this Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords could be you. She's looking over at this Four of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles would be like stability and security or feeling stable. And so I feel for a lot of you that you see what makes you stable, or you are seeing what could make you feel more stable in your life. I also feel like you see something that could be a more stable situation. So instead of like juggling too much and trying to do too much, I feel like that there is like a focused success over here that will lead to more stability in your life. With the King of Cups, you have the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is being spoiled for choice. So you definitely have a lot of options at this time. You have that options card. And the Seven of Cups says, pick one thing and bring it down to earth. So it says, manifest your dream, but, pick one part of the dream or pick one thing and make it happen. With the Seven of Swords, you have the Ace of Swords. This could definitely be a victory coming in for you. It is Mercury retrograde, and if you have a person coming back from the past, it's like you could have a person coming in wanting to tell you the truth here with the Ace of Swords, with all of this right here, and I would be very careful of that. I kind of feel like this is maybe a person who ran away twice. You have the Knight of Swords twice. So, again, this could be a person where it's like maybe you dated, they ran away, and then maybe you gave them a second chance and they ran away again. I feel like this person is just always going to do that. So, again, you can take the apology and move on, or, do whatever, but I would definitely be careful. Next, you have this flamingo spirit. It says, embrace the in-between. You have this bobcat spirit, says, life is a mystery. This is coming up in the area of the good stuff. I do feel we are all in a little bit of a purgatory kind of time where we're in this in-between world where we're like not sure if we're making progress, or we're not sure if we're going in the right direction. But this is coming up in the good stuff, so I kind of feel like it is confirmation for your direction. I feel like you've had a lot of lessons I feel like you've had a lot of lessons in regards to listening to yourself. It's like, every time I regret something, it's always when I didn't listen to what I totally heard, even if someone didn't say something, or, even if someone, or, even if I'm like in a group and I feel weird about it, it's like, that's what I mean by listening. It's like you're listening to your intuition. You have the Four of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Magician. The Four of Pentacles is about stability. And again, in the good stuff, I really like the Four of Pentacles. He kind of represents financial stability or financial security. And I feel like you could be creating a lot of more financial security here. I think that it's going to come from the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is like that deep, focused work on one thing. And it's almost like, it's kind of funny because, I feel like a lot of you, like, as a Gemini person, right, I'm a 5-degree sun Pisces as well, and 5 degrees is the degree of Gemini. So, I totally understand Gemini energy, right? And it's like I do a bunch of things. I have a bunch of businesses other than this, but it's like I've had to, set up systems and hire people and things like that. Like, if I didn't have employees, there's no way I could do, like, even a quarter of the stuff that I do, right? So, again, you have to build the systems first. And I feel like the Ace of Pentacles is kind of saying that in your reading. It's coming up in the good stuff. I definitely feel it's good, but it's like saying you have to start somewhere. And you have to start building the systems, right? And I don't know what it is about Gemini. It's like, I think for me, it's like many years ago, it's like I tried to do everything all at once, right? And I had all these big visions, but I like really had to slow down and start, kind of one foot in front of the other. That's why I'm such a big fan of 1% improvements, because it feels slow. I think Gemini people like to move fast, and so it's like a problem to move slow, right? But it's like once I did it, I actually started getting things done. Once I started doing one thing at a time, building one system, hiring people, building the next system, hiring people, right? And it happened much faster than I thought. So, again, I feel like this is kind of like saying you're building systems in your life. You don't have to hire people. I'm just, giving you that as an example. I feel like the Ace of Pentacles is saying you're just kind of maybe more focused on creating a system around whatever it is that you're passionate about. And I think that would be a great idea. You have the Magician. The Magician says you could be attracting something new into your reality, so I feel like your manifestation is kind of on fire. He's also pointing to this bottom card here, which says, Gemini, are you kidding? It says, speak your truth. It says, choose your words wisely. Remember that your words have consequences. How funny, how crazy is that it's the Gemini card? So there you go. Definitely, I feel like you are using your Gemini superpowers for sure. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Cups. There could be a little bit of love here, by the way. You have divine counterparts. So if you are hoping for a connection, not really a love reading. There's not a ton of love here, but if you want it, it definitely shows up. So there could be like a new connection coming in for you. I actually did your reading yesterday, but something happened. I lost power. And I didn't realize that my audio recorder, which is on this side, was off. So I recorded all the videos with no audio, right? What a dummy. But what I would say here is I'm pretty sure that in that reading, you have the King and Queen of Cups. So definitely could be love. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Hierophant, which could be marriage. So again, for those of you that want love, I love the Ace of Pentacles for love because it can represent the path to marriage. So there definitely could be a strong connection here. If you don't want love, the Hierophant would represent educating yourself. So again, you could be like learning a lot about how to, manifest your dream with the Ten of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups here. And I feel the more you learn, the more you earn, right? With the Magician, you have the Four of Pentacles again. So you're clearly attracting more stable, situations, or, I feel like you're attracting more stable conditions in your life. Let's put it that way. You have this Lightning card that says, control your anger or you will be sorry. Yeah, Mars. So, I don't know. I would just, make sure you're not flying off the handle, just in general. You have this Ear card that says, good news. Yeah, there definitely could be some good news or positive news coming in for you. Also, more options. That's what you could be hearing about. You have this Younger Man card that says, dealings with relationships with the younger man. You have this Wreath card that says sorrow over a loss. That could be the Knight of Swords twice. So again, if you, and especially, I feel like this is especially true if you went back to a person already and they're like coming in with an apology. It's like there still could be some sadness to work through there. You have this dog close up. It says pleasure with a close friend. Yeah, I definitely feel we're in a time of socializing. I think a lot of our benefits for the next several years are going to come from surrounding ourselves with the right people. And we talked about this at the beginning. And it's not about like putting people down, like I said, or someone always takes it there. It's like, okay, I'm broadcasting to like 1 billion people, right? It's like, you read between the lines here, people. I can't hold your hand, right? But what I would say here is, again, as long as it's the right people that you are surrounding yourself with, then things will go well. You have this Grasshopper. It says situation in the balance that requires careful handling. I think that it's working on that Ace of Pentacles. Again, when you plant the pentacle, it's just like a little seedling that pops out of the ground, and you have to water it, feed it, fertilize it, nurture it, give it sunlight, all that other good stuff. So I feel this is just saying nurture the things that you're creating. But really good. Like it. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.